Hey, and welcome to the Systems Boutique podcast. I'm Dr. Ramona H. Lawrence. Most people just simply call me Dr. Ramona. I'm your systems stylist and your business operations expert, and I'm here to help you build a high-end boutique style back-end that creates ease and scalability for you without sacrificing the luxury experience your clients absolutely deserve. So, if you're a speaker, a coach, a consultant, a course creator, or author who's ready to stop the overwhelm, ditch the tech confusion, and finally streamline your systems and operations, you are in the right place. Each week, I'll bring you actionable strategies, expert insights, and behind-the-scenes business systems and operations insights to help you scale with ease, efficiency, and absolute excellence. So, grab your notebook, your favorite cup of coffee or tea, and let's get to work. Welcome to the Systems Boutique, where systems meet style. Hey, and welcome to this week's episode of the Systems Boutique podcast. We are on episode 3 of our series with Coach Rocky. We have talked about all things CRM. We have talked about the mindset, how we stop being scattered and having all the chaos. So if you have not listened to the first 2 episodes, go back wherever you're getting your podcast. It's there. Go back, listen to the first 2, and then come right back here for episode 3. And so, Coach Rocky, welcome back as always. You with family now. Why am I telling you welcome? We don't welcome family anymore.
Right.
I'm
What my
done with
lemonade? What my sweet tea at? Did you cook? I'm trying to figure out why you be saying welcome back, girl. At this point, I
I'm no longer welcoming Coach Rocky to the podcast. She is family, and so we are not acting all formal anymore. So, Coach Rocky, you are here, you are family, and we are going to just get started.
Period. What's up, y'all? I'm so happy to be back with my cousins.
My cousins, yes, that's it. So, all right. So this is the thing that everybody is always intrigued about when you talk about this. And so it is how you do all of this content across multiple platforms. So you have these 8 YouTube channels, these TikToks, these Instagrams, Facebook, Pinterest, all the things. So how in the world did you build this content empire? And how is being in the Systems Boutique helping you to manage the empire?
Oh my goodness, how did I build it? I built it by accident. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. I built it by accident, and I shared in a previous episode that I have ADHD. And being neurodivergent means that I'm constantly here, there, and everywhere. And that includes content, right? And so because I'm also multi-passionate and I have different sectors of my business, content is just important in every sector of the business. And so as I started to build these things out, the number one question is how can I talk to all these different audiences on these different platforms and have consistent content to keep going? And I just started talking. I just started having these face conversations like this on on my phone and making videos. I would translate that into, social posts as well. And it just grew from there. And it was recognizing and accepting that some of my people show up on LinkedIn, some of my people show up on Instagram, but I have to be in a position where I'm consistently thinking about nurturing them with the content. And so it was a bit by accident, and it also was a bit intentional because I can't talk about certain things with another audience. They'll be completely out of the loop. And a lot of times as business owners, we try mixing without a strategy. And so that's where I first developed like my whole strategy of these people will be here on TikTok, these people will be here on YouTube. And it just kind of grew from there. And then with the Systems Boutique, I think I sent you a voice note on Facebook Messenger, and I was like, girl, I can do all of this. I can do this and this. I didn't even realize. I was so excited because it supports my multi-passion business. And I do things in just different ways, right? And so I told you guys that I was able to bring Pinterest on. Guess what? All I'm doing is hitting repurpose and putting all the content I've already posted on Instagram on Pinterest. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just putting all that content I already posted on Pinterest. And so the systems boutique is just so robust, and it just allows me to really show up in those different places, schedule out days and days of content while also still kind of supporting my ADHD self. When I want to randomly create some content, I can go into the system and hit reschedule because, I just went off the wall. But that's really it. I just knew that God was calling me to serve in different ways, and having a system that support your serving is really important.
Yeah. And so I know you talked about in the episodes before, you talked about that you had used Metrical, you had to use Later, you had to use other scheduling tools, but you couldn't get all your platforms in one place for a reasonable cost, right? So what was that costing you? Let's talk about both financially and just time wise.
Oh, I think I was paying anywhere close to like maybe 200 to 300 a month because I had multiple tools to do multiple things. But the subscriptions, like the more you add, the more you have to pay in the subscriptions. And then it's also comes down to I had a creative assistant at the time, and she would also be creating, multiple graphics and different things like that, or she would be scheduling it on all these multiple platforms. So not only am I paying for the subscription cost, I'm now paying for somebody to go and schedule all of it on these multiple platforms, which can take some time. And then what happens if they don't have, the systems I was using didn't have it where I can add up to all these 8 YouTube channels reasonably. So now some of that is all manual. Like some of that is just manually putting that content out there. So it was costing hours, like time for sure. It's costing me hours. And then of course it's costing me money. And it was just a nightmare, y'all. Like I put out so much content and my output went down because there was so much on the input side that I had to do. And if the content isn't there, I'm not visible. And if you're not visible, you might as well just you might as well just shut it down. That's why it was so important for me to really rectify that, because yes, I have all these tools, but they were also limited. And now I just feel like the world is my oyster at this point with this new system.
Yeah, and what I love about the system is the ability to see how it's going to look across all those platforms on one page. And
Oh,
so you can go
yes.
into the system and I can say, how is this going to look on Instagram? I can change the wording for Instagram. How is this going to look on LinkedIn? I can change the wording, change the hashtags, all of it. Yeah, I can say, here's the comment that's going to be the first comment for the post or anything like that. And so it's so amazing to be able to see this, and it's not just the content that's for the feed. You can do reels, stories, all of these different types of things. And so it makes it so much easier when we are in this one space and not having to be all over the place with our content. The other thing that I do with my team is they might put what I want for social media into the scheduler, and then all I have to do is go into that one place. I can read what I had written, make sure there was
That's
no
spicy.
typo. They can have me to approve it. So I just hit a button, and I'm not even really having to go into the system because it sends me an email and it
That's
says, here's
spicy.
a post that you need to approve. And then I can click into that and it sends me right to the system. And so there are some really amazing features that help you to see everything in one place, approve it, send it back for revisions if necessary, and ensure that you are not all over the place with all of these scattered, limited tools.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. And me and my team are currently testing out the approval process right now, and they love it because what it does is it gives them ease of mind where they can do the job and submit it to me, and then I can just approve it. And then it teaches them that, yes, what I did was right, and then they can just keep moving forward. And we eventually will get past the approval process. And so I absolutely love that. And it doesn't stop the flow of what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah. So tell us about this mind blown moment, right? So I know people want to hear behind the scenes about what we talked about. This mind blown moment where you sent me this message and you realized that you could manage all of these platforms from one place. What did that feel like? How have you been able to continue that, to have that excitement about this as you have moved past that one moment? Tell me a little bit about it.
I will say I stumbled on it by accident because I hadn't realized I added one, actually, I added two of my YouTube channels, but they were under two different emails. And I had other YouTube channels under one email. Like I had six of them under one email. And I was just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I need to be able to add these other six. And so as you guys know, with some of the meta platforms, you can only add like one page, one profile. And so I thought it was the same thing until I accidentally added one of the YouTube channels that was under that same email, and it connected. Then I started adding all of them and they connected. I was like, hold on a minute, hold up. I said, now will this do this for Facebook and Instagram? Will it do it for TikTok? When I added my other TikToks, because I currently have two TikToks, I was literally mind blown. And I just kept saying to myself, I could create folders. I can put these into groups. So now this type of content is with these platforms. This type of content is with that platform. And I can, oh my goodness, I was so mind blown because I thought about all the time and energy that I put into creating the content and then into scheduling it. It really allowed me to see life easier. Because now all these videos that I have, even condensing some of my YouTube channels, yes, y'all, I condense. Now I only have eight, okay? Condensing them and being able to pull that content and just like schedule it out to the new one. So I was just so freaking relieved. It was a relieving feeling. And so if anyone is like that, where you're like creating a lot of content and you have a lot of content you want to put out there, you can literally bulk upload everything and then just start to put your captions and schedule all that stuff out. And it makes life so much easier, especially repurposing. It makes repurposing so much easier because now I can go in and say, all this content that I put here, now I'm going to schedule it out for Pinterest. And it's just taken care of. And I don't know, y'all. I just be over here like, okay, what am I doing in my system today?
Yeah, and so I know that you recently added Pinterest. So let's talk
Hmm.
about how easy it is to just add a new
Yes.
platform. I know that you're already seeing engagement and you're already seeing some things that are positive for your business and for your growth. So walk us through how easy it is to just add a new platform to your existing workflow.
Yeah, I just went in, I clicked on add a new account, I chose Pinterest. It connected to my Pinterest. It was done like that within seconds. After that, I went in and pulled also, y'all, you can put labels on your content. So I pulled all the AI labeled content, and because I filtered it out, and then I just went through and scheduled everything for Pinterest. It probably took me less than 25 minutes. It probably took me longer because I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I could really do this. Oh my gosh, I'm about to schedule all this content. Oh my gosh. Like, you have that moment. And then I went in and just scheduled everything. And it was so easy just to add the platform. I also love that for security purposes, this might annoy other people, but this actually makes me happy that it'll tell you that you need to reconnect your account. You could set it up to where it's a week before it actually needs to reconnect. So I got notifications like, hey, you need to just reauthorize your account a week before. I go in and reauthorize it just like that, and it's done and it's good to go. And so for me, I love being able to like have this set and being able to show up in multiple places. And my workflow is just like so relevant to everything that I'm doing. Of course, the train will pass while we talking, y'all.
Hey, it's real life.
It's real life. I guess the train, like, yes, honey, yes, tell them about that workflow. And it is. Look, they celebrating with us. And so it's just that feeling where you're like, I can show up. I can be in multiple places. I can do the thing that I said I was going to do years ago because now I have the tools to support me to do it.
Yeah, I love that. And so this has been so great. Know that so many people are flustered when it comes to content. We all know we need to be on social media. There's so many things to do. And so this makes it so
Did I
much
tell you I made
easier.
my first sale from Pinterest?
No.
Did I tell you that? I did not tell you. So y'all listen. Let me tell you. Okay. I didn't share this. My bad. So you can actually, so I get to track where my sales are coming from. And so people get to see my physical products and the links. And so when they click on the link and they buy, it says it's from Pinterest. And so someone actually got my AI course from Pinterest. And I was just so mind blown because again, everyone talks about get on Pinterest, so get your pens, set your boards. And I was just like, I ain't got time to be like setting up a Pinterest and running it manually too. I got all these other platforms. And now I have that in place. And so just the reality of, oh, I can continue to make sales from this platform is chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Yes, yes. So I am going to leave it at that. And you all, this has been some amazing content as usual. So we want you to share this with somebody else you know who needs it. Go over
Oh, they do.
to you know they do. So go over to thesystemsboutique.com. That is where you can find out all of the information about our services, the different things that we have for the CRM, what we have for operations. It's all there and it's all exciting stuff and it's going to help your business grow. So go over to thesystemsboutique.com. Share this with somebody else that you know needs it and come back next week for episode 4 in the series with Coach Rocky. And we will see you all on the next episode of the Systems Boutique Podcast. See you later.
Bye, guys.
All right, my chic CEOs, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you found value in today's conversation, do me a favor. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with another star. That's a speaker, a teacher, an author, or a coach who absolutely needs it. And hey, if you're ready to finally get your systems together, let's chat. Head over to thesystemsboutique.com/strategy to book your systems style strategy call, where we'll map out your perfect business back end. So until next time, keep it chic, keep it systemized, and keep shining like the absolute star you are. See ya.